am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a sun. And I am the one I've been waiting for, screaming like a siren. And I've been burning brighter. I am the fire.
All right, Phoenix Gate, how are you doing, my travelers, my fledglings? This is Lithy speaking, and I'm introducing everybody, and this is our wonderful Jade coming in. How is everybody doing?
Hey, it's your girl Jade Feinics, Lithy.
I know. I'm doing it.
No, not even that. We're back. We're back. Consistent.
We are. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, if you guys missed, we are back last Wednesday, and we're back now.
Yes, I hope you guys went. I have some news.
Yeah, oh.
I have some news about the gate.
Ooh.
We have been approved, and we are now syndicated on Pandora. We also got approved for TuneIn.
Oh.
And we're waiting on the approval for iHeartRadio, but
Yeah, we are.
Apple Podcasts renewed us.
There you
Google
go.
Podcasts renewed us. So you can find us on all of those wonderful platforms,
Yes,
as
you
well as
can.
Podbean, and catch our latest episode from last week. And of
Yes.
course, this one this week.
Yes, which we're so excited. I'm
So excited.
Oh my God, because it's my favorite time. It's my favorite time of the year, and it's not even Halloween.
But it is spoopy season.
It is spoopy season.
I don't care. It starts August 1st.
You know what? You're correct.
I am.
You're very correct.
It is, because they've already started putting it in stores.
I'm already getting the
I'm with it.
Home Depot, that $499 dragon that shoots smoke and foam from
Yeah.
Home Depot. Yeah, that's
The
gonna
one that I
happen.
sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I
happening.
need to also get the I need to get the skeleton pony blow up one. Don't judge me.
I love it.
I love ponies. Okay.
Listen.
My Little Pony was my shit. And speaking of My Little Ponies, we have a guest with us.
Yes, we do.
We have a guest with us. We actually we have several guests, but our main guest is sitting to my left, and that is ChocoboButt Cosplay. Hi.
Hello.
Yes.
And I see your sweater. Let me just point
I had
that
to
out.
be on theme.
It's amazing.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, but and as always, we have my brothers from the second rounds joining us.
Yes, we do.
We have Mista Oh So Smooth and Mista Malave.
Hello. Hi, Jade.
Hi.
That was.
We were doing the tuning.
Hello.
Hello. There you go.
Hello, Jade.
Hi.
You think I just want to talk like that?
I didn't know what you were doing.
You're a music man.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I
It's
mean,
always good to
for
be.
the movie guy to sit there and show up the music guy.
And you know what it was? It was not very on pitch, so I didn't know whether.
wow.
I never said I was a good singer.
Well, then you should have said, "I'm gonna sing right now."
Although he was on the right pitch. He was on the right key. Guys, that was pretty good.
See.
Oh, you're just getting schooled today.
That just means I'm in the presence of music people, and that's what the Music Man is all about.
And you know what? Honestly, I'm
Womp
gonna
womp.
blame it on the fact that you're in a slight food coma because I fed you my delicious pasta.
It was very
Don't
delicious.
eat pasta
Which was-
before you podcast.
No, because with the whole excuse me, my Italian side came out when I made some banging sauce
It
from
was
scratch.
banging.
It was very good.
That was
Thank you.
banging.
Was that supposed to be Italian talk?
No, that's from Brooklyn. That's my Brooklyn imitation.
That's
since
the
you're
Brooklyn
from
Italian. What are you
Brooklyn.
talking about?
That yours was
Brooklyn
better.
Italian. What do you? I mean, come on. What is this? What is this?
Hey, that a way to save her. Good co-host.
Listen.
All right, I'm from Queens. I cannot do Brooklyn. I'm sorry. I've tried.
So you try it one more time. It's gonna be like disrespect.
oh,
I'm really kidding. I'm just a guest on your show. I am so sorry. Thank you for beating me. I love the cats in it out. I'm sorry.
He's challenging the Phoenix.
it's okay. He's the champion right now. He's
I know.
allowed to do whatever the fuck he
That
wants.
is true. That is true.
That is true. I am the 3-time Who You Got champion, Mr. Malave.
And now he's muted.
It's okay. It's all good.
Oh.
The mute.
Okay. Let's not fuck each other anymore.
It's all good. It's all good. But my brothers from the second rounds are here, and they got lots of good stuff. So like I said last week, and I've said all the time, please go and check them out on their handles at 2ND Rounds on Instagram, Facebook. They're on Anchor, iHeartRadio, everywhere that you can find us. You can find them. So go give them a like and a listen. And Chocobo, where are your handles?
So I made it really nice and easy too. Everything is just ChocoboButt. Just Chocobo and then the butt.
Which
everywhere.
I totally appreciate.
Thank you.
I'm a huge Chocobo fan.
Do you want to give us a little background on why you call yourself ChocoboButt?
So it's
please.
actually a play on Cloud Strife because his head looks like the back end of a chocobo.
Nice. Very nice. And that actually...
you know,
Yep,
now
it
that I
is.
think about it, I need to look at it
His
again.
hair is styled like the backside of a chocobo.
I love it.
It's just as spiky and yellow.
It's just as spiky.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
And, you know, so we're here. The gate is back. Like I said, consistency! Yay! And on top of that, not only did I have the good news about the gate and all our new syndication, do you guys know what today is? What this podcast is, especially?
Come on.
Say
Anybody?
it. Say
Anybody?
it. Say
It's our 50th episode.
Yeah.
50. What is it? Half century? Yeah, half
Half a
century.
century.
Half a century, guys.
We've hit our midlife crisis.
Yup.
Which is probably why we don't podcast as much as we should.
That's why I'm not
But-
drinking beer. I'm drinking coffee.
Yes.
I'm drinking
instead
coffee.
Instead of beer, we're having coffee.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah.
one of those weeks.
But so let's just get right into it. Our beautiful ChocoboButt here is having a fundraiser.
Yes.
Correct? Mm-hmm. Tell us
GoFundMe.
about it.
So if you guys don't know Discovery Channel, which I think everyone pretty much at this point knows Discovery Channel, they're having a delayed Shark Week this year.
Yes.
So usually, ooh, that was cool. So usually it's in July, like towards the end of July. I think because of COVID, I'm not sure they delayed it. But anyway, for the week, I am hosting a GoFundMe to OSearch, which if you guys go to OSearch's website, it's probably one of the coolest things ever. They track all kinds of marine life, and the research they get from tracking helps everyone else, all the scientists, figure out the best ways to help with conservation of the oceans, of sharks, of whales, dolphins. They are even tracking alligators, I found out recently. So you
Really?
can like go in close on their map when you go onto their website and go into like the states, and if you're like looking at Louisiana, you could see like tracking alligators. I was like, I don't know who actually put those trackers on, but that's pretty cool.
That's a little dangerous. right?
Getting a little close to those gators.
Yeah.
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 That's a little...
But that's actually
That's
really cool. Like,
I like that. I mean, well, obviously, but I think that's a great idea.
it's not even just that. It'll give us more information on their migration habits.
Exactly.
On
Breeding habits.
breeding, because you know the one big thing that's dying right now, besides the rest of us, is the oceans.
Yep.
Like they're overfished, they're overfarmed. Sharks are susceptible. Like right now, they're very endangered.
Yeah. So actually, I have a shark fact.
Yes.
So there's over 500 different species of sharks, and of those 500, 143 are actually under threat of
Wow.
being endangered.
That's a lot.
That's a pretty
That's a
decent
lot.
ratio.
That's almost like
considering-
35%.
Yeah, that's a lot of a species to be under threat.
I know that sharks are important to the health of the ocean, so
Was that from Blue?
That
Blue Planet.
That-
blue...
That was just Morgan Freeman putting in his 2 cents.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, God, Morgan Freeman.
Thank you,
Morgan Freeman.
Thank you, Morgan Freeman.
If you are listening, thank you very much.
Bless your freckles. Bless your freckles. For every time another angel did you know that every time another angel gets their wings, Morgan Freeman gets another freckle? Did you know that?
You know what? Now I do.
There you go.
Now I do.
There you go.
The more
So
you know.
you gave us
Exactly. The more you
the
know.
more you know. You gave us a shark fact. I gave you a Morgan Freeman fact. There you go.
We're doing it.
We're doing it.
Got a
But
law of
so
equal exchange going on.
I enjoy this. So if you guys have not figured out by now, we are talking sharks and Shark Week. Because, you know, what better way to culminate Shark Week than have 3 women talking about sharks?
Well, you know what? The female sharks are bigger than the male in all the species of sharks there are out there.
It is true.
So, I mean, I guess it's more appropriate.
I love it. But yeah, so ChocoboButt is running this fund to help OSearch. There are so many things that you could do to help with conservation and protection and just cleaning up, like organize, like just go to the beach. If you're even going to the beach, it's August. You're going to the beach. Clean up after yourselves.
Oh my God. Yes. Which also brings me to another point. For ocean cleanup, For Ocean is another thing that I actually follow and I actually donate to. They do sell, they clean up plastic. So like every $1, you buy a bracelet, they clean up like a pound of plastic from the oceans and the beaches. And they have a lot of conservation, movements and everything. You can join up for a cleanup beach. Again, it's For Ocean. It's an amazing group. What was it last year? I think they pulled almost 1 million pounds of plastic from the ocean. And they take that plastic and they make these little bracelets that you can buy, and it helps support ocean cleanup and stuff like that. So
they also, whatever else that they don't use for the bracelets, they do recycle.
Yes.
So it doesn't end up in a landfill once we take it out of the ocean.
Yeah, because that doesn't really solve the problem.
No.
It's going from one place to the other.
Exactly. So they recycle and everything.
In all honesty, we should be getting away from plastic. Yeah.
Paper.
But whatever. That's another podcast for another day.
Oh my God, yes.
So, sharks. Because it's like Shark Week is how long has Shark Week been going on the Discovery Channel?
I think this is the 31st.
No, I'm sorry. I have my Jade fact right here. Shark Week originally premiered July 17th, 1988.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. July 17th, 1988. It's featured annually in July or early August. It was originally devoted to conservation efforts and correcting misconceptions about sharks. Over time, it has grown in popularity and become a hit on the Discovery Channel. Since 2010, it has been the longest-running cable television programming event in history.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it is broadcasted in over 72 countries. Shark Week is promoted heavily via the social networks like Facebook, Twitter, all the stuff that we lovely people here use. Episodes are available for purchase through Google Play and iTunes and whatever else, and some episodes are free through Hulu.
Yep.
And we talked about Hulu last week and how it was clutch.
Yes.
So if you like Shark Week, Hulu. And the Discovery Channel has an app. So I know that you can watch that.
Discovery Go.
Discovery Go.
Discovery Go, and then I'm pretty sure that you can watch Discovery Channel obviously on any cable.
Yeah.
network.
That's what I've been watching.
But yeah, it was originally, this is a week-long block. It was created by a man named Tom Golden. So thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Don't you ever notice that it's guys named Tom that love sharks?
Yeah.
Tommy's favorite shark is the great white.
Dun.
Yeah.
There you go.
Still one of the best movies ever made.
I was just going to bring some of those up, but we'll talk about that.
It's true. Like, I love the fact about Shark Week is that it does clear up the misconceptions that movies, unfortunately, like Jaws, even though it is amazing, gave sharks.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're going to need a bigger boat now.
Yeah, it's pretty sad because like Jaws, when you look at it as a movie lover, like it's a great movie.
It is.
Super great. If you're looking at it from the point of like what has it done for sharks, it's probably almost destroyed their image completely.
Well, what is it? After Jaws even
after
filmed,
Jaws,
nobody went to the beaches.
Nobody would go to beaches. They were terrified
Of the water.
sharks
It
and the
proves
water.
how great that movie truly is.
Yeah, no, I mean, it means it's a really good movie, but it also, like, really harmed the image of sharks, which didn't really need that to begin with.
And we've had several movies since then.
Yeah,
Yes.
The Meg.
We've had...
Megalodon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love Jason Statham. It's a megalodon.
Which, that book was fantastic.
Yes.
Yes. The
Better
Meg,
than the movie.
Yes, so it's The Meg, right? The
Yeah.
book?
The book is The Meg.
Right, so if you guys are looking for something to read in quarantine, because we're going into another one, people, thank you.
Yeah.
The Meg is definitely something you need to check out. Jaws, obviously, the book, so good. Yep. I love that you're doing that. I love that you're doing that. I mean, and Mr. Oh So Smooth will confirm these are literally his bread and butter.
Facts.
Facts.
100%.
Right. Speaking of bread and butter, sharks are under extreme attack because people like to make their fins into soup.
I was
Yes.
just going to bring that. It's one of the biggest, one
Yep.
of the most, I can't even speak English today. A delicacy in Japan is shark fin soup.
Yep, all Asian countries actually, they have their own version of shark fin soup. And basically what happens is, okay if I get a little...
Go ahead. You can curse, you can say whatever you want.
They will capture the sharks, and they literally, while they're alive, just straight up cut off their fin and throw them back into the water.
It's true.
Which,
It is true.
for
And
the
it's
shark,
so
is
sad.
basically a prolonged death.
They drown.
Yeah, they
They
drown.
drown to death.
They drown because sharks cannot turn without their fins.
Yeah, they also, a lot of the shark breeds, if they stop swimming, they die.
Yes.
Yep. They always
It's
have
true.
to keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Thanks, Dory.
You're welcome.
But it's actually it's very sad, and sharks they've been hunted in some places to near extinction.
Yep.
Because people want this soup.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not that tasty. Like I don't get it. I don't really. I love fish. Let's not get it twisted. But I've never had shark.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be very tasty.
I've actually had shark.
You have.
I have, and it's very. To me, it was a tough meat.
It's chewy.
It's chewy. It was a tough meat because they're meat eaters. They're carnivores.
And
a
they have no
shark's
bones.
basically muscle.
Yep, and it's all
It's
muscle.
muscle and cartilage. That's all a shark is.
So,
No bones.
and I mean, I don't agree with how they do it. They cut the fins off and then they throw them back. If you're gonna use the shark, at least use the entire entity of the animal. I mean, it's just respect, you know.
Yep.
And if that's how the shark was taken and harvested and everything, fine. But what they're doing is cutting the fins off, throwing them back. That's like, you know what? Let me just cut your legs and your arms off and then just put you on the street and fend for yourself. Go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel. But
It's just sad.
it's really sad.
It is
Yeah.
really sad. And honestly, sharks are they are the perfect predator.
They are.
They have not changed in what?
400 million years.
Thank you.
At least.
Yeah, like
They've gotten smaller.
Yes.
but they haven't changed.
no.
Kinda.
They say that the
Megalodon.
still exists.
It does.
They have found non-fossilized megalodon teeth.
That's terrifying.
that
I'm usually not afraid of sharks, but like that one's too big for me.
that one's just a little big.
yeah.
Not me.
You're waiting for it. You're waiting for that
I'll
breaking
go
news.
swimming with
Yep.
that motherfucker.
Breaking news.
Swimming with him. I
You
don't
can
care
go
if he
swimming
eats me or
with them
not.
now.
Not a megalodon.
Not a megalodon, but you can go swimming with some great whites off the beaches in Long Island.
I would prefer to do it in
Montauk.
South Africa.
That's true.
That's where I want to do it.
Or
One
Cape
day.
Cod.
You know what you could do if you want something the size is a whale shark. They're only a little bit smaller than a megalodon would have been.
That is true,
And they're.
but doesn't fascinate me as much.
I think
so
that's
cute, though.
fascinating.
They're
huge.
adorable.
They're very cute. They
They're
just like
adorable.
swallow
They
everything
just
in.
they
and
just
got-
go.
Yeah,
they're the
just
ocean's.
going.
They're the ocean's vacuums.
They just,
They
they
really
know.
just gotta go.
They just kind of just
Gotta
go.
yeah.
Yes.
Did you know that whale sharks, because they always have those little spotting patterns
Yeah.
on their back, they're as individual as fingertips, like fingerprint patterns.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so every whale shark has a different
it's
spot
like
pattern.
It's almost like a zebra stripe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really
See,
cute.
that's actually kind of cool because it's the same way that a whale, their flukes are all different.
Yeah.
So that's how you can tell a whale apart. That's actually very interesting.
I
Thank
like
you.
that.
That was
Thank you.
I did not know that.
We have another fact.
I did not
There we
know
go.
that. But you know what's actually pretty funny? Did you know that sharks, even though they don't have any bones, they can still fossilize?
Yep, their
Yep.
teeth. Their
They're-
teeth can fossilize.
They,
That's crazy.
As sharks age, most sharks, let me say, they deposit calcium salts in their skeletal cartilage to strengthen it. So believe it or not, the dried jaws of a shark appear and feel heavy and solid, much like bone. But these same minerals allow most shark skeletal systems to fossilize also as well.
Yeah.
So it's not always just the teeth that you're going to find. You can actually find an entire shark.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is how they have the bones of the megalodon in museums. Not just the jaws.
The big one.
Oh my
The whole big one.
God.
Yep.
Don't they have one of those on display at the Museum of Natural History?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's up in the air.
Yes.
Because they know I would climb up there and they don't want me touching that.
Let me just pet him. I
I just want to go dive into it. It's okay. Don't worry. It's dead.
Yeah. It's actually kind of funny because, like, what's the one thing that everybody gets freaked out the most about sharks, other than their jaws, is their eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody's always sitting there goes, they've got dead eyes. Dead eyes.
They got demon eyes.
Demons.
Let me tell you a
eyes.
story
demon
about
eyes.
shark eyes.
You've ever seen a shark
I have
in the water?
Yes, I
with
have.
demon eyes?
Yes, I have.
Well,
And
I
I will
guess you
tell
must be
you.
a marine biologist.
No. I wish. No, I didn't want to go through that school. But I do have a small little story. My sister, who thinks, well, she is obsessed with sharks. She wanted to go shark cage diving out on the on Montauk, which we did. And water's fucking cold, by the way. But so they teach you how to do like the respirator and like, okay, breathe through your mouth and that's it. Okay, now go in the cage with weights. Boom. So they drop the cage. And I was in the cage and I'm looking around and it's murky water. Like you can hold your hand out and like you can't really see your hand. Like it's disgusting water out there. But all of a sudden, but all of a sudden the cage is like, I just boom. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm underwater and I have weights on me. And I turn and there is a great white.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Swimming. And I mean, I could have pet this thing. Like I could have reached my hand out and pet it. Of course I didn't because it was terrifying. And his eyes were just almost black as midnight, and he was looking. This thing looked through to my soul, but it was oh my god, it was so exciting and it was terrifying. I was like, oh my god, I was so excited that the lady had to pull my hair, pull me out of the cage. So she's like, breathe, and I was down there for 2 minutes. I didn't breathe. I was like, what is this?
Crazy. It's actually that is interesting because I would have possibly just looked at it and been like, I could take you. But no, I can't. I'm going to swim away now. Bye.
You're in a cage. There's no swimming. You're just like, oh, you're here. Oh, yeah, you're just kind of bobbling. And he swam up. He checked me out, and he was like, all right, bye. And I just saw him swim out in the darkness, and he disappeared. And I was like, oh, my fucking God.
That's insane.
Crazy.
So I actually have 2 interesting facts about Montauk.
Okay.
So one of them, and this is from a marine biologist. My brother's actually dating one. So like I got a lot of like my shark facts from her for this week, and that's how I found O-Search. I asked her, I was like, who should I donate to? Because I wanted to make sure it goes to like a real cause and it's not gonna, get spent. And she was the one that told me about O-Search. But she's actually been studying sharks recently, and one of the things that scientists are finding out now, which is a really cool fact actually, is that they believe Montauk is actually a great white pupping ground.
Really?
Yeah, which is why we see a lot of great whites over there usually.
God.
So they're going and like laying their pups there.
That's like around September, right?
Yeah, and that's why, and it makes sense that they would like it because of the murky water.
Exactly.
Other predators that might feed on the baby sharks won't be able to see them as well.
Wow.
Because the murky waters don't bother sharks whatsoever. They
No.
can see fine in murky waters.
It brings me to my shark fact. Most sharks have good eyesight.
Yeah, they have really good eyesight.
Most sharks can see well in dark lighted areas, have fantastic night vision, and can see colors.
Yes.
The back of the shark's eyeball have a reflective layer called tapetum. This helps sharks see extremely well with little light. Basically, think that reflective little layer that you get when you see a cat in the dark or a dog in the dark, that little freaky, sharks have it. So that is like... That's amazing, because if that is a shark pupping ground, that'll bring me to my second fact, that different shark species reproduce in different ways.
Yes.
Yeah, they either will be in a, like, you see those, like, shark egg sac kind of things, which are, they're very strange looking.
Mermaid
They're not
purses.
Yeah, mermaid purses. Or they do, they'll just have them, like, live birth.
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends on the shark breed.
It does. It says right here that they're either I'm probably going to butcher this, oviparous, which is egg-laying species, or viviparous, which means they give live birth.
Live birth. And I think they can hold within 1 to 2 to 3 pups at a time.
Yeah, the only one that has, like, a lot is, I believe, the tiger shark, which could have, like, hundreds.
Yes.
But that's one of the reasons why shark conservation is very important, because actually sharks have a very long
Gestation.
and they also take a very long time to become mature enough to have pups. So they're not having enough shark babies to replenish the supplies of the sharks. And that's why when you kill one, you're actually killing like a long line of sharks, because it's going to take a while for some of them to mature. And if they even have a baby, it's going to be maybe like 1 or 2 at a time, and that's not going to do anything for the
What
population.
is it? It's about like 18 to 19 to almost to 20 months of pregnancy.
So, yeah, one of them is, I think one of them is like 36 months. One breed in
Yes,
particular.
like 36. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
about that.
thank you.
Not about that. You know, I'm struggling thinking about 9 months.
Yeah.
We're talking about 18
And
months.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Pregnancy.
Okay, so I just looked this up. Shark pregnancy can vary from about 5 to 6 months to 2 years.
Oh,
Can you
no.
imagine being pregnant for 2 years.
No, thank you.
Tony, what do you think?
No.
He's like, nah.
The spiny dogfish shark has the longest gestation period, not
That
just of
poor
all
thing.
sharks, but of all vertebrates at 24 months.
That's
No, thank you.
No way.
No thanks.
And like when you think about it, you're like, oh, it has like a 1 or 2 pups, or like the tiger shark has like 100. But you got to remember the ocean's huge, and when you compare it to fish, who have millions of babies
At once.
millions of eggs, it's actually a very small amount of pups that they're having.
Yep. And I just looked up Tommy's favorite, the great white shark. Their gestation period is estimated to anywhere to be between 12 to 18 months.
Yep.
But it's speculative, and their litter size can range from 2 to 10 pups, although litters of 17 have been documented.
Yes.
So the great white is one of those sharks that gives birth to live baby sharks. No shark pouches here.
That's
This
why you
is
see some of the females, they're like gigantic.
gigantic.
Yeah, what
They're
was it?
so round.
What was it? I was watching it. I was watching on Hulu, so it wasn't a recent episode, but it was. I think it was like 2017. They documented one of the biggest female sharks. She was over 20 feet long, and she was about 8 to 10 feet wide.
Oh,
She
that-
was pregnant.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's gigantic.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And you know what's even crazier? Once those babies come out of
They're
mama,
about 5 feet
5 feet
long.
long, and they're completely able to take care of themselves. They immediately swim away from mama and start hunting for small
Because
marine animals.
it's immediately
Immediate.
competition.
And
Yeah.
that's intriguing because you know what? Like, we come out of our, mom's womb and we cry, we eat shit and sleep. These sharks, they're coming out and they're like, all right, I'm down to do my taxes. I'm good. Let me go get some Burger King. Let's go. I'm going. I mean, and I find great whites are fascinating, but one of my favorite sharks is also the hammerhead.
Yes.
Hammerheads
That-
are really cool.
They're so cool. I've always loved hammerheads since I was a
There's
kid.
actually like a couple of different versions of the hammerhead too.
Yeah.
Like the one we know, I think, is like the common hammerhead, but there's one that has an even longer like head span.
What?
Yeah.
Oh wait, didn't they put that in Finding Nemo? The shark that had the hook through his mouth.
Now a nice shark, not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends.
Not
food.
Dolphins.
Fucking dolphins. They're just flapping around like they're better than everyone. Oh, look at me. I'm flapping as a dolphin. Sorry.
So what's funny about that is the fish are friends, not food. It's funny because a shark is a fish, but a fish can't be a shark. It's
That
one
is-
of those things, so they really are friends.
Okay. Okay. Hey. So, since you said that the hammerhead shark is your favorite,
He is.
I looked it up for you.
Oh,
I did. So, let's see what we can learn about hammerheads. Apparently, they are of a very exclusive family called the I can't say this. Spiphimidae. I can't even say that.
If we
I
said
can't
it
even say
wrong, let us know.
I don't speak Latin. I speak English and bad English, and that's it. Okay, but this species is known to be up to about from anywhere between 2 feet 11 inches to 19 feet 8 inches in length, weigh up to 1,300 pounds. They are usually light gray with a greenish tint. Their bellies are white, which allow them to blend into the ocean when viewed from the bottom and sneak up on their prey.
yes.
So their heads give them that obvious hammerhead shape, and apparently they have disproportionately small mouths in comparison to other shark species.
Yes.
They do.
They do.
They're more almost like a stingray, which is also a shark. A stingray is a shark. So when you see any kind of stingrays or anything, they're part of the shark family.
It's,
Really?
Yep,
Yep.
it's true.
So you're really petting sharks at the petting aquarium, huh?
Yeah.
You are. There's
Except
that.
the only difference would be like, I mean, obviously from how they look, but stingrays are a lot nicer to touch than a shark.
Yes.
Sandpaper.
Yeah, sharks can actually cut you up just by touching you.
Wow.
Which is another reason why some people will go down with chainmail. Because it's not just like for biting, like if they go to nibble you, it's also because if your skin's not used to like touching them over and over again, or if you have like
You're
really
gonna get, like,
sensitive
serrated
skin,
almost.
you'll bleed
Yeah.
when they touch you. Because
And that's not good down there. Jeez.
no, it's not because
They
they
smell
have
blood.
these things. They're like called dentricles, which is basically they have the coolest scale mail armor as skin.
Wow.
If you, I don't know if you want to find a microscopic view of it. It's probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. They basically have an armor of mini teeth as skin, which
Yep.
is why it's so rough.
Wow.
Okay. So shark skin feels exactly like sandpaper because it is made up of tiny teeth-like structures called placoid scales, also known as dermal denticles, as you just said.
Yes.
These scales point towards the tail to help reduce friction from the surrounding water when the sharks swim. So that's why a shark feels like sandpaper. So, yeah. And what's cool about your hammerheads is they are actually one of the few sharks that form schools.
Yes.
But they only do it during the day.
Yeah, and at
actually,
night they disperse.
they disperse and they go hunt on their own. That's actually pretty fascinating.
They also have 360 view because of the way their heads are
Their
shaped.
heads are. So they
Yes.
see everything.
Yes.
I can't imagine having 360 view. That would just like,
I
I
don't-
feel like I'd fall all the time.
Honestly, I think I'd have a headache.
Right?
All of the time. Like, I have a headache all the time now. Can you imagine if I'm able to see all the way around my big ass head? Fuck out of here.
It makes sense, like, if you're in the water, like, that's a good thing because you're swimming and there's nothing you can really, like, trip over or anything because you're swimming. But, like, if you're walking and you had 360 view,
Yeah,
like,
I think
I don't think I'd pay attention enough to where I was going and I'd walk
You'd
into
see
things all the
everything.
time.
Imagine a car driving by you at 360 view. You're just
be
kind of
weird.
like that weird bubble.
Yeah.
Oh, fisheye view.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. But did you know that you could put a shark in a trance?
Yes.
Turn it over. It's all you need to do.
You have
As
to-
soon as they do that, they go into what's called tonic immobility.
Yes. And what is it? I've seen it. It's you flip them over and then you like hold the nose or something.
So
It
what you do is
deprives
you
their-
actually you boop the snoot basically. Yeah, with sharks that's also like if you're ever, you know, like say you ever are in a shark encounter. I like
Getting
to say
attacked.
encounter instead of attack.
If you're getting attacked, I'm not booping the snoop. I'm,
Well,
I'm just
that's where you're
saying.
supposed to actually because that will make them release you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all of their
Nerve endings,
nerve
yep.
endings, all their centers are right in their snoot.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow.
why you're supposed to do that. That's why if you like ever go to touch them, you grab them there, and that's where you flip them from.
Gotcha.
I would not recommend that to anyone who
But-
hasn't been trained.
Yeah. No.
I mean, but if God forbid something is happening, you
Yeah.
can boop the snoop.
Yeah. Well, like they say, like punch it in the nose.
Punch it in the
Yeah,
nose.
you gotta,
I
like,
actually,
actually-
I'm gonna punch that shark in the face. Like
It's like it sounds mean, but like that's what you have to do. That's
it just
where
sounds
all
like what
their
a
nerve
bro
sensors
is
are.
gonna do.
It
Yeah.
does, but like that's the only thing that works because that's where they're gonna feel it because their skin's so tough. They're not gonna feel it anywhere.
No.
They're just gonna feel it there, which is like
and if you punch their, like their side or something, you're gonna get
Yeah.
serrated by their
it's-
skin anyway.
You can see it too on them when if you're like ever looking at photos of like a shark's face up close, they have like the tiniest little like freckle looking things
Yep.
around their nose and eyes. That's their sensors. So their
I
little
saw that. I
freckles
just
are the
wasn't touching
sensors.
it.
Yeah.
my hands were here, right here, and no.
Can you imagine your freckles being like the most sensitive thing?
I don't want to.
Really, really.
For those listening, Lithy is quite spotty.
I'm a little Dalmatian here. I got
Yeah.
little spots.
Yeah, my freckles are only on my face.
Lucky.
Not really.
What do you really? I don't tan. I freckle.
Okay, I would rather freckle than become a lobster.
I lobster.
I lobster and freckle.
You know, I mean, considering we are talking about the ocean and conservation,
Wear your sunscreen, kids.
I mean, lobsters are ocean cockroaches.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they're very delicious ocean cockroaches.
Which kind of makes me wonder, is that why people eat cockroaches? Because it's just so full of protein. They do. In other countries, it is a delicacy.
no,
There's some like what was that
Blech.
show where that guy used to go, Andrew Zimmer, and he used to go
Oh,
around and eat everything.
man versus food?
no, it's
No,
not
no.
Andrew Zimmer. It was
He used to go around and
wasn't
like eat all
Wild
the weird
Eats.
food.
It was
I used to watch it. It's like not on TV anymore though. He like stopped.
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Is Andrew Bourdain?
No, he had his own, but no, I think Zimmer was the guy who ate the weird, like.
Was it Man vs. Food? No, I know what you're talking about too. I used to watch Bizarre Foods. Bizarre Foods. He used to eat like the craziest shit.
Dude, that's like some Fear Factor shit.
Yeah.
Well, no. That, and then just like things you've never heard of, like things of like certain countries, like this is a delicacy here, and like it only grows here, so you wouldn't know about it if you didn't live here.
Yeah, no.
Like what is it? Trinidad. The craziest thing that I ever eat was iguana meat.
Really?
Yeah. You can eat iguana meat.
And it's not like
the one
Did you ever try that, Matt? No.
It's not like the iguana you get at like the pet store, you know.
No, because like I'm looking at Matt and he's nodding his head like, yeah, I know about that. That's why I'm like saying, did you ever eat iguana?
No. But I could see. I mean, I've eaten gator, and gator's good. So it's like a reptile. I could see how iguana falls in that little.
It was like like to them, it's like a
put
delicacy.
A little spice on there.
Was it?
Is it similar to like eel?
No, it was.
It was a little more.
It tasted like medium meat, like a medium cooked steak, but the actual meat it had a sweet flavor to it. And it was crazy because they eat fruits and vegetables and all that stuff. It just tastes like
so it like kind of tenderized itself.
The meat tasted naturally sweet, and it was crazy. I didn't like it. I tried it once. I'll never do it again.
Nature's marinade.
Pretty much.
Fruits.
You want some strawberry with your
We're gonna feed him. You're gonna taste delicious. Yeah. Here, eat this mango.
Yeah. No.
That's
It's
actually
like, it tastes like mango chicken. You ever had that? It was great.
You know what's
Put some
funny?
jerk spices on that.
Isn't that why we tell men to eat pineapple?
That's why we tell girls to eat pineapple.
Hey. I mean, shit. Why not? If it works on us, why wouldn't it work on them? So, giggity right there.
Yep.
But
I'm gonna swim right back into it.
Oh my God.
I don't know how.
I have the worst mental image in my head right now.
I mean, I got a way to bring it back. I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons sharks don't really ever. You never hear of like. I think it's very rare that you ever hear that a shark like openly eats an entire person. Like that doesn't happen. It's always a bite, because once they touch us, like once they bite us, they're like, oh, this is weird.
This is
disgusting.
I don't like this. It's like iguana. Like, bleh, I don't like this.
Yeah, they're like, this is disgusting. I'm gonna go away.
I'm going with seals. Which you bring up sharks' hunting patterns is one of my favorites is the great white. Their hunting pattern, especially with seals.
Oh, well, Mr. Oh So Smooth.
Yeah, So Smooth. You want to talk about some great white hunting patterns here? You want to do that? Come on, let's go.
No, you could do it.
Okay. Well, because what is it? With seals, because you were telling us before that sharks really can't like turn or like jerk really quickly.
Yeah,
like, they can
fins,
turn, but they can't like.
And they can't swim backwards.
They can't
because
use
they're
their fins.
pure muscle.
Yeah.
Their fins are too stiff for them to actually like kind of like. Flapping is the wrong word, but they
You
can't
can say flapping.
I guess flapping. Like you know how like a
Flying
fish swims is like how they like kind of
Yeah.
flutter in the water. Like a shark can't physically do that because of the way they're built.
Mm-hmm.
They're built for like speed and kind of shooting themselves off like a torpedo. And that's basically what a great white shark does. Is they will use their sonar, their scent, because they have like a sixth sense, basically, where they can just like use the electromagnetic fields and like find things crazy far away, which is why they'll come to the scent of blood from so far away.
Yeah.
But they'll sense a seal out there, and what they'll do is they'll dive deep in the water to a depth where you can't see them anymore. So as soon as
they can't be sensed.
Yeah. So as soon as the water gets like pretty murky, is where they'll go, and they'll like kind of position their trajectory so that when they go right up, it's going to be right where that seal is, and they torpedo themselves into it and basically knock it out.
It's
with
almost
the force.
like with like hitting. It's like getting hit by a train.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing a
Especially
shark
great white.
breach is...
That's nuts. That's
yeah.
1,500 pounds of breaching muscle.
Yeah, it's swimming so fast that it's shooting itself out of the water. Which is
nuts.
Which is crazy.
Like whales will breach, and dolphins, they'll but they do that for play. They do that to breathe. Sharks don't need to fucking do that.
Sharks do that for a pure, like, I'm fucking hungry. Boom. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But, you know, we talked about your favorite shark.
Yeah.
We talked about Tommy's favorite shark.
Liz.
Can we talk about my favorite shark?
Yes, we
What's
can.
your favorite shark?
What is it?
It's the tiger shark.
Ooh.
I got a thing for tigers, okay? So obviously I'm going to like the tiger shark. But here's the thing about the tiger shark that I love so much. See, my favorite animal in the entire... You'd think it's cats. It's not. My favorite animal in the entire animal kingdom is the orca whale.
Really?
Tiger sharks are the only ones that can stand up to those motherfuckers and say,
Orca
bitch,
whales.
I will fuck you up.
Which?
Yeah.
And
Orca
they
whales are
have-
pretty scary, actually.
They're one of the most aggressive sharks out there.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
when not in captivity, they are terrifying.
They are.
Jeez.
And what is it? It's also great white and also tiger shark that has the most highest...
I think bull sharks, actually.
Bull sharks.
Yeah, I think bull
Okay.
sharks are number 2 just because they're just...
they're number
big.
one.
They're number one. Oh,
They're
yeah, that
number
is right.
one.
Yeah, they're just like... a lot of people like to compare... 'cause the reason they're called bull sharks is because when you see them... Because, like, a great white is big, but just the way a bull shark is shaped, it looks like this, like, pit bull coming at you. Like, they're just shaped looking... They look like a boxer. If sharks were boxers, it would be a bull shark.
Well,
basically.
what about the tiger, though?
The tiger shark is
about
a
the tiger?
solitary, mostly nocturnal hunter. And since I am a night creature, obviously this still falls in line with me. It has the widest food spectrum of all sharks.
It's literally like a goat.
Yeah.
It's like a goat
like
or
the
a
ocean-
trash can.
Yeah.
No, we can't say the shark trash can because that's the whale shark. He's like the
Yeah.
ocean.
No, the
He's like a
vacuum.
No, the
Ash
whale
vacuum.
shark is the ocean's vacuum.
Yes.
The tiger shark is basically a goat. I'm going to
Okay.
eat it because I want to. I can. And hello, Misfit.
I can eat it if I want to.
That's right. But like this shark eats crustaceans, fish, seals, birds, squid, turtles, sea snakes, dolphins, and even smaller sharks.
License plates, birth control.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, no, they have found tiger sharks with birth control in their stomachs, license plates, video camera, money.
Yeah.
like other sharks.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff with them.
It
I'm
is
just shocked about the
actually-
birth control.
Yeah.
I don't know who was like swimming with birth control, but I don't know, somehow they
What
got
was
it.
it, like a Nuva ring
I
or
have
something?
no idea.
You know, honestly, at this point, it might be.
It might be a Nuva ring.
know,
That's
like-
crazy.
Like, I went swimming with my period. Chomp! You know?
Listen.
Like, this
Well,
is
what
what's
is it?
happening.
One of the also another episode of Shark Week was this woman who unfortunately her friend died. She lives in Hawaii. She went out for a swim, and it was at dusk. And this was the episode where they were like seeing of like why sharks attack at certain times or why
See,
sharks
I don't know
attack.
why you'd even go swimming at that hour.
She
anyway.
she wanted to do a last memorial of her friend who passed away. So she went surfing and she all of a sudden she got bit by a tiger shark. Or I think it was a tiger. It's a tiger shark because it was at dusk. It was nighttime. The water was dark, and it was crazy. Like she chomped. Arr.
Yeah. It's second only to the great white in fatal attacks on humans.
Wow.
Is the tiger shark. It is actually known as a garbage eater.
Yeah,
It-
the great white's only fatal, I think, because of how big of its size.
Yeah. Because
And
when
how
you
many
get
teeth they
bit
have.
by
Yeah.
when you get bit by a great white, you're probably gonna bleed
Yeah,
to
because
death.
tiger
And it's-
sharks, they have every tiger. Well, not every tiger. Every shark has different types of teeth, like meant to do different things.
Yeah.
Tiger sharks, I believe, are the ones that are kind of like hooked
They're
back
serrated.
a little bit.
They're
too.
almost
so they
like
kind of also like saw you while
Yeah.
also biting down,
And they thrash.
I
might
can
be
tell
wrong
you
on
right
that.
now.
Ooh.
The tiger shark teeth are unique with very sharp, very pronounced serrations and an unmistakable sideways pointing tip.
Okay, so we were both right.
Yeah. So it's literally developed to slice through the flesh, bone, and other tough substances such as turtle shells. Like most sharks, its teeth will continually be replaced by rows of new teeth throughout the shark's life. Relative to the shark's size, though, tiger shark's teeth are considerably shorter than those of a great white shark, but they are nearly as broad as the great white's teeth. But they are arguably better suited to slicing through hard surface prey than a great white.
Yes.
So-
So no wonder it's easy to go through a human.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can bite through a turtle shell, you can definitely bite through my arm. Jesus.
Yeah, like sharks they can bite through coconuts too. They're which is I think harder than a turtle shell is a coconut.
Depends on the.
I think it will depend on.
Depends on the maturity of the coconut. I think if it's like a fresh coconut, it's going to be harder to bite through than an older coconut.
I was one of the Shark Week programs had like the force of like a shark bite, so they were comparing it to like how the force of like how much it takes to like smash certain things.
Oh, the PSI of the bite.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they did like a coconut is like, I think it's like 200 something PSI, and a shark bite's like, depending on the shark, is like 300 to 400 PSI. So like they easily can like go through pretty much anything.
And it's not even also that. Certain sharks can, even though they don't have the fins like we were talking about earlier, they're quick.
Like
They're
thrashers.
They're
Thrashers are
quick
very fast.
in the water. Like, what was it? There was a program with Michael Phelps on Shark Week that they tested how fast.
Is he faster than a shark?
Faster than a shark or whatever, which...
I mean, that was a dumb question.
It was. I mean,
well, tiger sharks are actually relatively slow swimmers.
Oh, they are.
They are all tiger sharks generally swim slowly, which combined with their coloration, they are very, very difficult to be detected in certain habitats. So
They camouflage.
They're very well camouflaged, like a tiger. And but despite their sluggish appearance, tiger sharks are one of the strongest swimmers.
Yes.
And once the shark has come close, it will give a speed burst that allows it to reach its intended prey before it can escape. The same way the same way a tiger actually hunts. A tiger uses its stripes to go and get as close as it can, and then it will launch itself at its prey. And tigers are actually very quick at acceleration, but very, very quick to be tired.
Yes.
Tiger sharks are the same way. And believe it or not, a tiger shark's stripes go away as they age.
Really?
As they get older, you can tell that it is an older shark because it will not have its stripe pattern.
Wow.
I was just giving a cool shark fact on the thresher sharks, which was I was saying, which is like so if you ever see those sharks where like they're kind of small, their body, but then their end tail is like so long, almost like a whip. That's the thresher. That's the one I'm talking about. So like, hold on, let me get the actual stat. So
Yoink.
the fastest they've
stats.
managed to record was that the shark because it whips its tail to attack the shark.
I whip my tail back and forth. I whip my tail back and forth.
So the fastest they've recorded is 80 miles per hour.
What?
Yeah,
That's
it's
almost
whipped its tail.
That's as fast as a fucking cheetah.
No, cheetahs only get up to 62.
62. I thought it was 75.
Some
So,
of
like,
them.
Some of them.
That's basically like that shark could be a like master sushi chef with like anything around it at that point.
Kidding me?
That
is like a hibachi master.
Yeah.
The hibachi master of the sharks, the thresher shark.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's insane. Did you know that the tiger shark will only breed once every 3 years?
Oh,
Yeah.
Smart.
I know.
Smart.
oh man, I don't know if we want to get into how sharks mate. That is,
Nah.
I don't know if we want to get into
Do we
that.
really want to go down that rabbit hole?
I mean,
It's pretty bad.
it's nasty. It's a little nasty, guys.
Tiger
Yeah.
sharks, they take about as long as a great white to give birth, though. It's about 16 months. And
16.
That's pretty long.
litters are 10 to 80.
Yeah,
months.
they have one of the higher ones.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, when they mate, it's
Yeah.
almost so. I think, to me personally, it's almost like a black widow.
Yeah.
Almost. But it's backwards. The
Yeah, they
male
really
will
scar
latch
up the
on.
women.
Will latch on to the female.
Males
Males will latch on to the
plural.
female. And you could tell, like, sometimes you could tell how old the female is by how many scars she's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The female sharks are always going to be the more scarred of
Yep.
sharks.
Yeah. Because they fight.
Badass
They
bitches.
fight. And then on top of that, the tiger shark is considered very endangered.
Yes.
Because they hunt it. This is one of the sharks that they take
The fins for.
The fins. They also take its liver. Because it's known
it's
to
very
have
oily. Yeah.
Yes, the oil, and then it's also known to be like, holistic properties. And, and its flesh.
I found out a lot of because when I was doing some research for this week, like for the GoFundMe and everything, I found out a lot of sharks are in like a lot of common everyday products, like shark, like are in a lot of different makeups, a lot of different like all
lot of
these kind of
lipsticks and stuff like
all
that.
these kind of things, and it's not listed as shark. It's I forget what the word is, but it's listed as the certain ingredient, and if you see it, that's shark.
All right.
I can't remember what it is. It's like it's one of those sciencey names.
We
so that
gonna
you,
find out
Yeah.
so people can understand and be aware of what
I'm
you're
totally
wearing.
doing that because honestly, as someone that is, we're all cosplayers here. We use a ton of makeup.
yeah. Because when you see like it was like, oh, no animal testing or no animal
Yeah,
products.
but you
I
got
don't know
like
if
shark
they-
liver in there.
Yeah, it's like, but do they include sharks in the animals?
Squalene.
Yes, yeah, that's
Squalene.
Yep.
So if your makeup, has squalene in it,
or
it's
any
a
of your
shark.
products have it.
It's a compound derived from the shark's liver oil. It is an oily organic compound and is a favored ingredient that many beauty I can talk today. Many beauty products use because of its moisturizing properties.
So probably a lot of moisturizers, I would think, have it. Or any
Lip
kind
balms,
yeah.
lipsticks, stuff like that.
Probably glosses, too.
A shark may have died for your lipstick. Many commercially produced brands of moisturizer, sunscreen, lipstick, and eye makeup. Fuck, there goes my eyeliner. Contain a compound derived of shark liver oil known as squalene or squalene. The oily organic compound, along with squalene, a derivative, is a favored ingredient many beauty products use because of its moisturizing properties, because it mimics our own body's natural moisturizers, can rapidly penetrate the skin, giggity, and is absorbed quickly and completely without any lingering residue.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. I
And
didn't
it's
know
sad.
that.
So, like, it's also sad because, like, not only do sharks, because they're, the apex predator, they're very essential in the ecosystem of the ocean. They, like, a lot of the bottom-feeding sharks, too, help with, like, the carbon in the water because they will eat, like, the deceased, like, whales or other fish that have sunk to the bottom. And they're letting off all this carbon, and the sharks are eating it. So they kind of help control, like, the levels
That helps the ocean.
of the ocean
ozone.
too. Yeah, which also helps the ocean. It also helps the coral reefs, which are very big.
Oh, God, the coral
Yeah.
reefs.
Yeah.
So not only is that, but like sharks, like just keeping them around and studying them, without killing them, of course, studying them would actually help us a lot too. In the terms of like a lot of sharks, they're starting to think by studying them they can help us with diseases because a lot of sharks are immune to certain diseases
Wow.
that we suffer
That
from.
we suffer from.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, this information that I just got about shark products, they're calling them shark cosmetics, is from a website called the White Shark Project. And this is a website that literally sits there and gives you all sorts of information on what happens with sharks and why they get farmed the way that they get farmed, how to... It's amazing. It's like they have the importance of sharks here. How to volunteer. It's actually, Tommy, you're going to enjoy this. This is located in South Africa. So this is a project that if you got involved with, you could volunteer and go swimming with sharks in South Africa for.
Let's
and
go.
help them too by
Like-
doing
Let's
that.
go. Me and you right now. Let's
No, not a fight, no!
after the show, we go.
Yeah. After the show, you guys can duke it out on who likes great whites better. You know?
He got great whites. It's fine.
I thought we were just agreeing to go to South Africa to go swim with the shark.
I'm agreeing with that.
Oh,
but
okay,
you
cool,
can have
alright.
great whites. I have hammerheads.
That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Solved.
But, yeah. Like, it's amazing. I mean, sharks and all sorts of, like, the animals that are involved in the shark genus. Look at that. See, I can speak some Latin.
There you go. The
Okay?
Janus.
The genus. Because, Gina.
I said Gina as soon as you said it right after. I was just like, oh, man, I wasn't on the mic, though, but we're all on the same page here. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be the first lady if I wasn't on the same page. So, but yeah, I mean, this is actually kind of cool because now I'm going to look into it. And honestly, if we can have a Phoenix Gate and second rounds overseas trip to go swimming with sharks and also that, well, Mr. Malave ain't going to go.
He can hold the GoPro if he'd like.
I'm going to be the only person besides maybe Vic that'll jump in.
Do you think Vic would do it?
Well, Alex ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's true. No. But it's actually kind of cool.
Depends on the day for me. If I'm drunk enough, maybe I'll just be like, yeah, I'll go in the water. Then
Well,
you
you
won't
do-
let me in the water. See, I'm not going
Yeah,
in.
you would
Thank
want to
you.
have your senses about you because they can come up. Not that they're gonna, like attack you from behind, but they'll
They'll
the
test
water's
you.
murky. They see better than you do, so you don't know when one could be coming like behind you, and they'll like probably bump their noses against
They'll
you
bump
for the
you.
most
They'll
part.
test you out. They'll size you up. Like, what you
They'll be like,
doing
"What
here?
is this thing?
You
There's
in
a
my
thing in the
territory
water."
now.
Is this food? Maybe
is
not
this
food.
I literally, if I would,
Is this friend or food?
I would learn, if I could learn how to speak shark, I'd be like, you don't want to eat me. I'm full of bitterness and regret. Don't eat me.
I think you'd have to learn how to like communicate via like electromagnetic.
Yeah,
fields.
electromagnetic. Like, yeah.
Don't tempt me. I will find a way.
She would.
I will.
I believe in you.
Don't. I like seriously. But I'm gonna just really quick here.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do it. The Great White Shark Project is dedicated to the exploration and the conservation of the world's greatest predator, the great white shark.
Yes.
And its environment. The project works with students, eco-tourists, which is what we would actually technically be, conservation organizations, and marine resource users, subsistence fishermen, sports divers, and dive operators to gather data on great white sharks, correct negative misconceptions about sharks, and stop the needless slaughter of over 100 million sharks annually.
One of my favorite images, and I think I shared it today on my Instagram, was it's a picture of a shark and a scuba diver, and it says, "Look, it's the world's deadliest, the deadliest predator," and next to it is a shark.
Yeah.
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 And that's really sad.
It's actually kind of cool because this project's been around since 1989.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, I know this project you said was telling us about the cosmetics. Do they have like a list so people could look up and be like, oh,
I'm assuming it's
not-
probably some of the bigger name ones.
Honestly, I would have
yeah.
to peruse this website in depth.
Okay.
And I will post it up on our Facebook page.
Cool.
Different makeup companies that use shark products. I will post that up on our Facebook page. So go to the Feinics Gate Facebook page, give us a like and a follow, and see the post.
Yes, come fly with us.
Yes. Come to the gate, travelers.
Come to the gate.
Come through the gate. You know you want to.
Hey Jade, do you know of a shark that is pink? Do you know there's a pink shark?
I knew there was a pink dolphin.
There's a pink shark. Do you want to know which one is pink?
Yes.
It's the goblin shark. They're sometimes pink.
Stop.
The really ugly ones?
Yep. Well, okay, so the goblin
sometimes-
shark is not too ugly until it opens its mouth. It's
Okay.
basically sends
your
its
basic
mouth
Karen.
out to
Oh, that's the
grab
one
its
that like,
food.
oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait,
They
is
can
that the
be-
one
they
that
can
like
come
kind of
in
looks
pink.
like the queen alien with the get that little meow?
See, they have like a pink tint to them.
Oh, which is funny because they say most sharks are tinted blue.
That
Well, the blue sharks are, but most are like gray, tans kind of colors.
Yeah.
murky
Yeah,
colors.
murky.
Green, some.
Yeah.
Blech. Nope.
I love the goblin.
That thing's got a giant nose.
That thing is a Karen.
So I first learned about that one on
It's
my
like
favorite
Karen
program.
written all over it.
I still think one of Discovery's Shark Week's like best program was when they did the alien sharks.
Yes.
because they posted some of the deep water sharks.
The
Which,
ones that are crazy
yeah.
looking.
So I have like a fear of like deep water. Like Poseidon Adventure is my worst nightmare.
Really?
But so I was like, this is as close as I'm ever gonna get to looking at any of these deep water sharks because I will never go like deep sea swimming or anything like that. And oh man, they have like the cookie cutter shark, which actually can come up a little bit higher sometimes, so you can catch one in a net. That's nasty.
and their bite is actually looks like a
Yeah, it's
cookie.
like it almost makes a circle.
It's a
Because
circle.
basically and you'll see a lot of whales have the marks from the cookie cutter sharks too. If you ever see like a circle bitten out, because what they do is they'll kind of like latch
They'll, like,
onto you and then like turn. So they kind of like make this circle around you and they just take
So
the
it's-
meat.
yeah, so it's like
it's
one-
gross.
yeah.
They also look like eels more than sharks because they're like really dark and just they're creepy.
Isn't there one that glows? Am I losing my mind?
The six gill.
Yes.
The six gill shark. I'm looking at it right now.
I was like, there's one that glows. I
It
know
has phosphorus like skin.
Yeah.
Kind of like the way that a squid or an octopus or the lanternfish has that little like, you
that. The
know,
little dingly thing.
yeah, the little dangly thing. It's known as bioluminescence. There we go. I'm
Yes. I
smart
love-
today.
You're doing it.
So one of my favorite things about the Museum of Natural History, which is like one of my favorite places in New York City.
You should really support that because
You should. I used
Yeah.
to be I used to do a college class on it where we got to actually become like kind of like tour guides for the
that's so
museum.
cool.
So I still have like my membership card for when I was kind of like a tour guide of that museum. Nice.
I could sit in there all day.
Yeah, in the
All day.
in the spring. Every spring they have the bioluminescence exhibit in
Really?
the marine
Yes, I've
section.
been to
Yeah,
that.
it's
Oh my
you have to like
God.
get the tickets fast because like it sells
They
out
sell
for the
out.
whole time. It's one of the coolest exhibits. I went once, and it was the coolest thing.
Don't they do like a planetarium, like 360, like underwater thing, and around that time
Yeah.
as well? Like, and you can actually kind of be deep sea, but not really in there. You
Yeah,
know?
they have cool interactive things for like the kids. So like they have one of those projectors that puts like fish on the ground, and if you like go near it, it actually like the fish will move
It's
away
interactive.
from you. Yeah, it's like one of those
interactive, yeah.
interactive things, and like you go through like certain exhibits that show some actual bioluminescent marine life in tanks, and then some obviously they're recreating because you can't they're too big or anything like that.
The depth is too.
Yeah,
You know.
and fun fact, there's actually a giant squid in the marine life. It's hidden by the stairs when you're going into the ocean area of the museum.
She's not lying. I've seen
Yeah,
it.
the reason why sometimes a lot of people miss it is because it's in pitch black, and you have to turn your flash on to see it fighting a sperm whale.
Wow.
It's really cool.
It's a, yeah, it's true. I mean, Tommy, you have kids, like that would be a cool adventure for them.
I'm a child. I go. I'm a child.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the Museum of Natural History, and I actually think I know what you're talking about,
Yeah, it's
too.
like right by the stairs, so you miss it because it's just pitch black. So you're like, oh, there's nothing here. They forgot to install something.
Yeah. I think my son even pointed it out. Dad, it's a big squid. Because he likes big squids. So, and I was like, oh, shit, that is good for you, kid. Good for you.
Great job.
Great job, man. You got better eyesight than me. Way to go.
Octopi are also one of my favorites, but we're on Shark Week, so.
Yes. I mean, okay, so because we were talking about deep sea sharks, I actually just looked it up. So there's several cool deep sea sharks.
You know which one's not cool? Well, it is cool, but it gives me personal nightmares. The frilled shark.
Oh, you mean this one right here that looks like a freaking dragon?
It looks like
That looks
my worst nightmare.
wild.
No, you know what's scary about it is when you see it out of the deep water and you actually get to see its teeth. Its teeth are what bother me probably the most. They're like rows of like saws. It's like really weird.
That's wild.
Yeah, see if you can find like an actual photo of it like out of the water.
We're
It's-
definitely gonna look that up. But like the frill shark, did you know that the frill shark is the reason why pirates and sailors from back in the day had legends of sea serpents?
Really?
It's
Yeah, I
because
could
of
see it.
it's because of the frill shark. So if you ever see a legend or a picture of a sea serpent, they're talking about frill sharks. That's actually kind of cool.
I would 100%, if I didn't know what it is, think it was like some sort of like mini Leviathan.
Yes.
For sure. It's terrifying looking.
Yep. There's
And, yeah.
I'm looking at a picture of it right now, ladies and germs, and it is woof. Yeah.
That one
terrifying.
Yeah, see that one I don't like that one.
No.
That's like the only
That's
shark
like
that I'm really like no.
alien-esque.
Oh look, there's your cookie cutter shark.
Yep.
They're so
They're
cute.
cute until they open their mouth and then you're like, it's
here's
so
a-
much teeth.
Here's a closer one to your serrated.
Ah!
Yeah, see I don't like that.
Nope.
I don't like
That is a
those.
mouthful of nope.
That's a fuck no.
Nope.
Oh, here you go. Smile for the camera.
Nope.
No.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't want
Yeah,
it. I want
it's a
I'm
weird
not with
shark.
that. Not with that. Thank you.
But if
No.
I guess since old episodes are on Hulu, if you ever see the alien sharks from like I want to say it was like maybe in 4 years ago, definitely watch it. You'll see
gonna
all
look
of
that
these
up.
on it. It was probably my favorite programming. They even had female marine biologists, which is rare on Shark Week. If you actually
really?
notice, yeah, you don't really see the female marine biologists a lot on there.
Thanks for that
But,
representation.
You definitely you get to see a lot of cool sharks because it's a bunch of different people looking for certain deep sea sharks, and they just bring up a whole bunch, and it's like one of those pure information shows, which I really like too. Those were always my favorite on Shark Week, are the ones where it's just like super informative.
Yeah, I mean, like Shark Week is super informative, and it helps us with learning things that we may not necessarily have known about different sharks. Because of this, I'm like, as we're casting, I'm deep sea diving. It's pun intended. Finding out, because you asked me what products contain sharks. It's not just makeup.
Yeah, there was like a lot of other stuff. I couldn't remember it though.
Whitefish fillets, fish patties, fish fingers.
Yeah, in Europe a lot. Whenever you go out to the fish market, and if you see like dogfish meat, it's actually dog shark.
It's a dog shark.
Yeah, so they'll pass it off as like a dog fish, which is like it is a fish.
Not-
It's like a I think it's like one of those like whitefish or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's actually shark that they're selling you.
Apparently, they also put it in pet food, supplements, treats, garden fertilizer.
What?
Yeah.
The
It's
liver,
in-
or I wonder if it's
Shark, just period.
Just
the whole, like, parts of the
Wow.
shark. Anti-aging cream, skin lotion, deodorants, hair dyes, and conditioners. Fuck.
I guess we all going natural now.
No one can see the auburn death that is my natural hair color. No. Lip balm, sunscreen, facial cleansers. They make wallets, purses, shoes, and handbags. Even
well, yeah, because I think
furniture.
you can make a sort of leather out of the shark skin.
And stingrays.
Yeah, yeah, that I've heard.
Vaccines.
Well, yes, that's the one thing. You don't have to kill it to like do vaccines.
The malaria
with it, but
vaccine is actually made out of shark.
Really?
I wonder if they have to kill it for that one. I know, like when you're testing for it for like certain diseases, you don't have to.
I
but-
get it, but like,
You guys want to laugh at this one, though?
What
You guys
happened?
want to laugh at this one?
What happened?
Hemorrhoid cream.
Wow.
Contains shark. Also, skin irritation creams and wound healing cream all
Oh.
contain shark.
Well, if you got
Thanks. So,
hemorrhoid-
I'm going to put some...
shark
put some
on
shit
my
on my
butt.
butt.
Shark on butt.
So they're also in energy drinks
What?
and health drinks. You got to look for an ingredient called chondroitin. Chondroitin. CHONDROITIN.
That
Just
might
drink
be why I
water,
never
people.
liked energy drinks. I always thought they had a weird taste. Maybe that was
Just
Yeah.
water.
No, that's probably the taurine, which
Yeah,
is made out of
probably.
bull's balls.
Yeah,
that's probably that too.
Industrial
sounds so
lubricants
delicious.
and cleansers will also have shark in them.
Oh, the industrial
Wow.
lubricant.
Quick sidebar. Did you guys see that TikTok about the woman that found the lubricant on Amazon and the
gallon one?
sizes that they offered?
I've seen the gallon review.
Oh my!
That's probably
God.
one of the funniest things ever.
There is a TikTok video. It's a viral TikTok video going around, and we did talk about TikTok at length last week. So this is a quick sidebar, but there's a woman who was doing. She was going through Amazon, and she starts making fun, saying, "Oh, do you need any lubricant? Well, here's a company that offers you a small size." A large size, but no, if you need more than that, here's a gallon or more. And then she goes on to tell you that this company offers you a pool-sized amount of lube. Pool. Like a swimming pool.
Where do they ship that?
But for what? I mean,
That's a lot. I don't know. Foxy boxing?
Or pool size, pool size
fun.
Yeah. I
Fun?
guess. It's
How
just
many- how many
people?
pe-
Some people like jumping into pools. Huh? with lube. Not saying
feel
I'm the
like-
one, but if you
feel-
are, you can get it on Amazon apparently.
I almost want to get it to see like if you would float somehow. Like, could you float in it? If it's that much.
I honestly think I would have, I feel like it would be, do you guys remember
like,
that
would you
American-
slowly sink, like almost like a Jello consistency?
Do you remember
if it was
that American
much?
Dad episode of Steve where he's the author and he jumps into a pool of Jello?
Yeah.
And that's how he dies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what would happen. You
'Cause,
would
like-
slowly sink in like
Yeah.
quicksand.
How did Joe die? He died by lube.
He went out the way he would have wanted.
Yeah. Like, we'll just bury him in the lube's container.
Yep.
We don't need a coffin.
No.
But, like, oh my God. Okay, so that's my sidebar. Wow. The thing.
The things you can find on the internet,
The
honestly.
things you can find on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. Like, what? But you know what, honestly, some of the... we talked about it last week. Didn't we talk about it last week with Jeff Bezos' wealth?
Yeah, he's like one of the third.
He is the wealthiest man
I'm sorry,
on the
the
planet.
wealthy. Yeah, share the wealth, dude.
Like, you could take some of that major wealth that you have and conserve the oceans.
Probably
Like,
you could probably buy a piece of the ocean and
he
just be like,
probably owns the ocean.
That's
Who are we
probably-
fucking kidding? Like,
yeah, but you know what? Knowing him because he's Amazon, he'd fish all these fucking sharks.
Make all the cosmetics. And
Exactly.
then sell them on Amazon for really cheap.
Just name the ocean
with
after
Prime
me.
shipping.
With Prime shipping.
yeah, like, I
Pay
think
what is
I'm
it?
gonna-
$120 a year for Amazon Prime or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
You know-
it should come free. It's COVID. Everything should be free. Just saying.
Speaking of COVID, actually, it's actually helped the sharks. They did a program on Shark Week this year where it was like how COVID has affected shark species, and they've been coming closer. It hasn't really been like replenishing how many of them there are, because, you know, as we said, it takes a long time for them. But it has been helping them with their feeding grounds and everything like that, because not that many people have been fishing, because people aren't going fishing because of the COVID.
Good.
So.
Maybe
Because a lot of fishing
maybe the
lines catch
frickin-
sharks too, and when they get caught in
Nuts.
those lines, they die because
They
they
do.
can't move out
They
of
can't
them,
move
and
out
then
of
they
them.
drown.
Yeah.
So when they pull them up to sea, they can't even throw the shark back in the water because it's dead.
Yep. Basically.
It's terrible.
But on that note, on that very, very sad
Yeah.
note, it is time to close the gates
It is kind
for this week.
I'm really sorry.
And
Until next week.
yeah, we're definitely going. Why do I hear Pokemon?
It's definitely not me.
It's Fernando.
Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
There is a shark Pokemon.
There is Sharpedo.
Sharpedo.
I love Sharpedo.
He's like secretly one of my favorites. Like those favorites that you have that you're like, I'm not going to tell people, but I know it's my
He'd
favorite.
probably
He's
be
one
a
of
blue
those.
shark just because of his coloring.
Yeah.
Well, with the
Probably a blue
shiny
shark.
version, he's red.
Oh, is he?
Yes. But on that note, ladies and germs, travelers, thank you for joining us once again. ChocoboButt, thank you so much for coming
Thank you
on.
so much for having me and letting me geek out about sharks.
No, absolutely.
You are always welcome.
always.
Drop your handles one more time.
You can find me at ChocoboButt on Instagram, Facebook, every platform I have, Twitch, any kind of thing. Just type in ChocoboButt, and I took the username already.
That is true. So you are on Instagram. You have a cosplay page on Facebook. You have a Twitch channel, which you do your gaming on, which is awesome because we've had Smite Nights on your gaming channel.
Yes, which we have to continue.
We have
I've
to
just
do those
been-
again.
I've been moving. It's been hard.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. Things will resume because if we can resume a podcast after 5 months, we can resume some video games after
Yes.
a few. It is
Which
what it is.
might
Yeah.
be another.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sexual. I like it.
Yeah. So, I also want to thank Mr. Oh So Smooth and Mr. Malave from the second rounds for joining us.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jade.
Thank you for coming again.
Oh, okay.
A little too close there. Thank you, Jade.
I'm just gonna do one of these so it doesn't happen again. I lifted the mic for everyone at home that's listening. Yeah, no, I had fun. I love sharks. I learned a lot about sharks today. So now I'm gonna go home and binge some shark episodes on Hulu.
Yes, binge
So
your Shark
that's gonna be
Week. Let's
fun.
get your Shark Week on.
But one thing, hey, Mr. Smooth, do you have a favorite shark song?
Why, yes, I do.
Dear God, no.
That's a good one. That's a really good
I
one.
thought he was going to do the one shark song, and I just.
There's more, yes.
I was
No.
prepared for that.
No,
All right, next year at Shark Week, we need to have a episode about like the best shark songs. Then, all right?
Or we can mention it on the second rounds.
That's true.
Does it start with a B?
Do.
No.
That song is forbidden on the Phoenix Gate.
Oh, because it was about to be one of the sound bites.
Don't you dare.
I need to sleep, and that's going to rotate in my head.
honestly, I hear it all the time.
You have kids.
Yeah, I know.
I have a dog. He doesn't listen to that.
To be fair, it's a really well-made kid song. It's like literally perfect for kids. They
it
did
is.
a good job making it.
It is. It ruined. It hurt sharks for me too. 'Cause I was like, come on. Like, yeah, there's a grandma shark too. Okay, no problem.
Do you know what it
Yeah.
literally reminds me of? Because the bird is
bird's
the
the
word. Peter Griffin.
With sharks.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty ass song, but this was fun. Of course, anything to do with sharks always gets me excited, gets me pumped up. But there was one thing I wanted to ask, Mr. Malave. What is your favorite shark death scene in a movie?
Oh, well, it has to be Sam Jackson.
Deep blue sea. They ate me. Dog ate me.
I have to agree too. It's the best. I couldn't even say it right. The best death scene in a shark movie, and a great monologue before he dies.
It's true.
It motivated me, and then he died, and I was like, "Oh, hope is over."
Became Michael Rappaport at that point. It ate him. I'm not moving.
Nope.
I'm not moving.
Why in God's green earth would they make sharks smart?
Those
Smarter.
were Makos.
I know.
Those things
like
fucking
Makos.
move.
Yeah.
Fastest shark, man. Those are fucking.
Last shark.
They
Yeah.
scare me.
Yes, but as always, I have to thank my beautiful co-host.
Thank you. And I have to thank my host.
Thank you. But guys, we will be back next Wednesday with more shenanigans. So tune in next week. Obviously, tune into our Facebook page for I'm going to compile an actual list of all the makeup companies that use the Shark products. Guys, it's time to wake the fuck up and literally start paying attention. Shark Week is all about that. It's been going on since 1988. 88. It's been going on since 88, trying to teach us how to be. I mean, like, if you're
How
born
to be human.
not even just that. This is it. Shark Week's in its 30s.
Yeah.
It's in its 30s. You know, there's no excuses, people.
No.
None. Okay.
So do your shit.
Stop polluting our oceans because,
Exactly.
hey, like I said last week, we don't have another planet to go to.
Yep. And stop throwing your masks out so they're in the ocean. Throw your fucking masks out in the garbage, all right?
And please stop
The tiger
releasing.
sharks are
And
just
wash your
gonna eat
fucking
them.
hands.
Wash your fucking hands and stop releasing balloons
Yeah,
into
that
the
too.
air as memorials because that ends up in the ocean. Then a turtle eats it, a shark eats it, and they die. So, on that note, I'm saying goodbye. Catch you next week. Check in. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.
See ya.